Hotel union elections take another twist. Coming up, we've got the latest.
Building a better Bahamas. One Bahamas wants to pull Bahamians together. The 20th year of the program kicks off. And former Carifta standouts get ready for the big day. Carifta 2013 in Nassau. The Bahamas Tonight starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
The hotel union could be back in court soon, challenging the ruling which mandated the elections be held this month. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kendall Major. I'm
Keishla Adderley. The current executive team, headed by President Nicole Martin, says there are several reasons why she and her legal team are uneasy about the possible future impact of that ruling.
The ruling handed down by Chief Justice Sir Michael Barnett could also come at a big cost to the union. Our Fern Carey talked with the union president about the implications.
Despite criticism that she is backtracking on her decision not to appeal a January 18th ruling handed down by Chief Justice Sir Michael Barnett, Hotel Union President Nicole Martin says she and her team decided it was necessary on the advice of their lawyer and in an effort to prevent the union from paying what could be significant court costs.
Order of cost was made against the union, which means that in our effort to save the union money by not appealing, we find now that if we do not appeal, the union will have significant costs to pay, even though the action was not brought against the union.
Last month, the Chief Justice ordered the union to pay court costs after he sided with former union shop steward Dave Beckford, who filed a lawsuit against Martin and her team. The Chief Justice ruled that the current Executive Council's 3-year term expired at the end of May 2012, and he ordered them to hold elections no later than February 28th of this year. Martin says those elections will proceed as planned.
Stopped any wheels in motion or sought to stop any wheels in motion for the election. As a matter of fact, we have ballots already prepared. We have the ballots prepared. So clearly, we're not in any way, shape, or form attempting to stop this election.
And regarding how this latest court action will impact her efforts to unify the hotel union, Nicole Martin had this response.
Him coming to office was restoration of the union. And anytime you're going to restore anything, it is not a matter of coming in and just starting to fix. You have to clear the debris. You have to see what is structurally sound. You have to make some analysis before you get into really doing the work of restoring. So yes, this is merely, in my opinion, a fork in the road.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Now, former Hotel Union shop steward and head of Team Destiny, David Beckford, is challenging Martin for the top post of the Hotel Union in the upcoming elections. He accused Martin of flip-flopping on her decision not to appeal the court's ruling. Beckford also accused Martin of doing little to unite the Hotel Union during her tenure and alleged that the current Executive Council misused hotel funds.
Misuse in the form of back payments. We understand new cars were being purchased. We understand there was extensive traveling. And so there needs to be accountability. And under my leadership, under Team Destiny, we will bring accountability to Hotel Union.
However, Nicole Martin dismissed the allegations, noting that the Executive Council has done all in its power to enhance the interests of its members while conducting its business with accountability and transparency.
Do what you believe you need to do. I am in no position, nor do I have the desire to run a campaign through the media or by casting aspersions on anyone's character.
From Parliament today, the government has put forward a request for a select committee.
That committee will look into and make recommendations to the House of Assembly on all matters pertaining to the powers, privileges, and immunities of members of Parliament, allowances and benefits, and the construction of a new Parliament.
Carla Palmer reports on what's being proposed.
Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, the Honourable Fred Mitchell, introduced the request for a select committee. In addition to lobbying for improved benefits for members of Parliament to effectively carry out their jobs as representatives of the people, he is also in favour that consideration be given to the construction of a new Parliament building sometime in the future.
I don't like this building. I'm quite plain about this. I don't like this building. It is inadequate, too intimate, not enough privacy, not enough security. It doesn't fit the image of a modern Bahamas, and we simply need to build a new building.
Mr. Mitchell was not alone in his opinion. MP for South and Central Eleuthera, Damian Gomez, shared the same sentiments.
Either of the majority room or minority room is being utilized by other members of the majority party or the minority party, as the case may be. Those rooms become inappropriate at that moment for a discussion to take place between the constituent and his member or her member of Parliament. Outside of those rooms are the hallway.
So here's what's being proposed in terms of amenities for a new Parliament. Mr. Mitchell noted some recommendations by the clerk of the House.
Each chamber should have suitable galleries for the news media, the public, and specially invited guests of the President of the Senate and Speaker of the House. A modern parliamentary library. Each wing should include receiving rooms where the President and the Senate and the Speaker could receive visiting presiding officers and other dignitaries. Several committee rooms for parliamentarians to hold committee meetings, which should be equipped with video and audio equipment to televise and broadcast committee meetings when required.
And the list goes on. While opposition members are in favor of a new Parliament, they questioned the timing of the proposal. MP for Central Grand Bahama, Nico Grant, says there are too many more important issues that the government ought to be addressing at this time.
I believe the present murder count is up to 12, and that's an average of 1 every 3 days. And so with the many issues that affect us today, I thought we would have been giving focused attention to the subjects
However, MP for Meguana, Inagua, Crooked Island, Acklands, and Long Key v. Alfred Gray put everything in perspective.
This happens to be something that we are talking about for tomorrow. And Mr. Speaker, this committee might meet and come up with a decision that we can't do it right now as well. I don't know what they will decide, but why can't we start the discussion?
I'm Carla Palmer reporting for ZNS Network News.
An order has been signed which sets new guidelines and fees for consultants engaged by the Public Hospitals Authority. Foreign Affairs and Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell, in a press release, said he signed an order yesterday amending the regulations pursuant to the Immigration Act. This was necessary, according to Minister Mitchell, following a letter from the Medical Council which pointed out that licenses for the doctors who work for the PHA cannot lawfully be issued without the concurrence of the Minister of Immigration. The new fee structure does not impose fees on those who work as consultants full-time with the authority. Those who work outside the authority are required to pay a $4,500 annual fee. The statement says further that all foreign consultant physicians at the PHA should apply for work permits and pay the fee which applies prior to their applying to the Medical Council for their licenses to practice. This system became effective February 5th. This new regime, according to Minister Mitchell, was done in consultation with the Minister of Health.
Well, Member of Parliament for Garden Hills and Speaker of the House of Assembly, Dr. Kendall Major, paid a special visit to students at the SC McPherson Junior High School this morning. Dr. Major spoke with parents, teachers, the school's spelling bee winner, and the GSSA Junior Boys pennant winners. He motivated the basketball player to aim to win a game they have scheduled for later in the week. While addressing 9th graders, Dr. Major reminded them that even if they were from impoverished circumstances, they could still be successful.
Many of you who come from broken homes, single parents, poverty, bad situations. God, because of your association with these wonderful people here, has given you the ability and the seed to tap into your greatest potential and use that potential to pull yourself out of poverty. And who knows, one day you will become the greatest speaker in the world, the prime minister, an astronaut, a police officer, a great teacher, a great scientist that invents a cure for AIDS or for cancer.
Dr. Major told the students all things were possible if they only believed. Additionally, he shared a personal story from his past to demonstrate how he himself was not working up to his full potential.
I recognize that to get where I need to get, I need to share the wrong friends. I need to know who I am, and I need to apply myself. Because I was not always a good student, you know. There was a time in my life, my first report card, out of 35 students, I apparently came 33rd. And I say apparently because I was so fooled that I decided that before my parents see that I came 33rd, I would erase one of the threes.
Well, tourism officials are expecting that in a matter of months, a major sporting event will help boost the country's tourism sector and help the ailing economy.
For the first time in the Bahamas, the LPGA tournament will create some buzz over at the Ocean Club on Paradise Island.
Well, tonight, LaDawn Davis talks to Director of Sports Tourism about how much money was invested in a tournament of this magnitude and what it all means for the economy.
When the Ladies Professional Golf Association tournament puts the greens here at the Ocean Club in May, they're expected to pump some $6 million into the country's #1 industry. Director of Sports Tourism, Tyrone Sawyer.
In terms of the actual benefits of the tournament, just from participants in the actual event, we're looking at 4,000 room nights. Those would be rooms that would be a total amount of rooms occupied just from the participants in the event. And then you're probably looking at well over $2 million in direct visitor spend. Again, just from the persons directly involved with the event. If we were to look at the return on investment, we would have made an investment of $1.5 million. There would be 8 hours of TV viewing of the event over a 4-day period. So where there wouldn't be live viewing, there would be a better slot when we have the people who have the money and the income watching during that prime time viewing period.
The Sports Tourism Director says establishing the Bahamas as a top golfing destination is key, as it is the first time a golfing event of this magnitude has graced Bahamian soil. He believes, though, that this event will not only enhance networking strategies, but expand sports tourism opportunities on the international market.
There's only one organization that has a greater cachet than the LPGA will be the PGA. And the amount that it costs to host a PGA event, just to put this in perspective, that amount starts at $12 million. So from a networking standpoint, we've got a situation and an opportunity presented by that situation where the LPGA is seeking to better establish itself. We are seeking to generate a better appreciation of the Bahamas as a Gulf destination.
Now, Sawyer says already a few business persons confirmed their spots to take part in the event set to take place on May 23rd through 26th. LaDawn Davis, ZNS Network News.
A group of students prepares to take a journey of thousands of miles. We'll tell you where they're going coming up.
And the country gets ready to host the largest event of the year, Carifta Track and Field Championships 2013. Former standouts reflect on the importance of the event. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight.